Meanwhile,
What do you feel?
Our time has come. For 300 years, we prepared. We grew stronger. While you rested in your cradle of power.
Well, the rumors were true. It does look like the third episode of The Acolyte is dividing the fan base even further. I've never seen such a backlash for Star Wars on social media like this before. This is bad. And it's bad for a lot of reasons. The biggest one is that the new episode pretty much changes Anakin being special. He is no longer special because now anybody through some weird chanting can make the Force impregnate a woman. And this group likes to do it because, well, they're all, of course, lesbians. Like the showrunner. A little self-insert action. In fact, the whole show's a self-insert because Leslie Headland, personal assistant to Harvey Weinstein, has said before in an interview that this show is based on the drift between her and her sister. How awesome that we're using a show that cost $180 million to fix our personal problems. But that is Disney, and I would like to remind everybody that Dave Filoni signed off on this. Dave Filoni said that this was okay. Now, I don't think I can show this entire thing. You've seen some of it. It was part of that chant, and it is pure cringe. Pure cringe, like this entire show. This is a gigantic piece of shit. And it's incredibly disingenuous of the media to lie and say that this is good. So here's Polygon. The Acolyte reopens a Star Wars debate. Are the Jedi kidnapping kids into a cult? You know what this show exists to do? Make the Jedi into bad people. They're groomers, kidnappers. They just do anything to get what they need done. They're all bad people. And, of course, the change to Anakin. Now, what I find funny about this is how it's being spun. Star Wars just made a controversial change to Anakin Skywalker's origin. That's what things are doing. That's how the media is covering this. And, of course, they're going to cover it. Of course, they're going to say it's great. So, The Acolyte makes massive retcon to Star Wars lore, reveals lesbian space witches created life from the Force long before Darth Plagueis. And I don't even think these are Night Sisters. Why didn't they just use Night Sisters? Are these Night Sisters? I don't think they are. They just made another group of Force-using witches that was so bad some Jedi hovered for 10 years and then took his own life. This show is a complete disaster, and I'm here for it because let me tell you what the great thing about this show is. Never have I seen so many people say they're done with Star Wars. People that I never would have expected to say that are saying it. More people are walking away. I think this show is going to do one effective thing, and it's going to kill out people's remaining hope that this show is going to turn around, that this franchise is going to turn around. A lot of people are finally, I don't know what took them so long, but they're finally realizing that this shit sucks and that it's never going to get better. Wait till that Rey movie comes out because they got another person with barely any experience, some documentary director with no big budget film experience coming in to direct that Rey movie. That movie is going to be a giant piece of shit too, just like this show. So I'm looking forward to it. More people walking away, and Disney deserves it. They spent a lot of money on this franchise, and it's all being flushed down the toilet by Kathleen Kennedy, and I am here for it. Screen Rant Episode 3 introduces space lesbians who use the Force to get pregnant. Star Wars fans, well, you know, the reaction speaks for itself. Not only did they ruin Anakin's redemption, but they also ruined his birth. He is no longer special because he wasn't the first to be conceived through the Force. F Disney Star Wars for destroying my favorite character. You're seeing a lot of these kinds of reactions on social media, and I love it. I love it. And, you know, I have to give some props to Forbes being the only mainstream outlet willing to stand up and say this is bullshit. Eric Kane over at Forbes, The Acolyte, Episode 3, one of the most disappointing Star Wars ever made. And he calls out the critics. He calls out IGN. IGN called this a tantalizing thing. It's a lot of tantalizing new layers to how we perceive both the Jedi and the Force. And I would like to know if we use different versions of the word tantalizing. Entire article just ripping this episode to shreds, showing some of the shills, like this Jacob dude. This dude would devote his life to licking and kissing Kathleen Kennedy's ass if he had the opportunity. Like most shills out there for Star Wars, this is why, and I wish I had it on hand, there's a picture of Leslie Headland and Dave Filoni standing together, and they're surrounded by Disney Star Wars YouTubers who all love to praise every damn thing they do, never criticize them. Of course they were brought in to see Lucasfilm. Of course they were brought in. Do you see what's going on here yet? Look, like we have found before, these critics play ball. Sometimes you have to play ball.
Everybody in our industry occasionally has to play softball, occasionally has to, look the other way a little bit. Everybody has to do it.
Wait, returning what? Like a movie
in the sense that,
or?
I hated a movie, but I won't say that I hated the movie. Or an actor behaved a sort of way and you don't want to, put it out there that happened.
Right, because you might not get the next review.
Right.
Next
So
gig.
to some degree, everybody in our industry that is a part of this quote unquote access media has to sort of decide which battles they want to pick.
So just get ready for the next round, because there's going to be a lot of backlash to this. We're just seeing the start of it. You're going to see all of these critics and writers come out and talk about how the fans are just sexist, racist. How dare they not accept these changes? And they're going to gaslight you, pushing more fans away, because a lot of the criticism for this is pretty respectable. And they're just going to gaslight everybody like they always do. And it's going to backfire like it always does and push away more and more fans. I cannot wait to make a video showing off all of the toys for this show rotting at Ollie's. And I will. The moment I see them, there'll be a video up. I will bust out my phone and I'll make a short or something laughing about those toys rotting. Anyway. Let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments. What are your thoughts? Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.